Hello everybody, this is Ordaehn bringing you a one-on-one on Steps of War. This is the first game I've done in a couple of days. I had some PC problems and unfortunately had to downgrade to another PC for the time being. So, I got a new one in the mail. Actually, I'm picking it up on Wednesday or Thursday. But, on to the game. This game on Steps of War against another Terran opponent. So, in the background you can hear my wife and her friend playing Zelda. So I'm going to get a scout out there pretty early on. Steps of War, it's really important, I think, to get a scout out, especially against a Terran opponent. You can do a lot of harassing with the SCVs they have out there, so I'm going to get this drone out there ASAP. I also like to hit them with a 10 pool or a very early pool in this, and as you can see here, I'm going to get that harass on against that SCV. And there goes my pool. And he's going to come back and bug me a little bit, but I'm going to get that SCV first. Make sure that I pop it. Now, he just finished that depot, so that's great for him, but I'm going to go back at him here with this drone. So, there we go. So I'm going to go down and pick on that other SCV. Continue to get it. And I'm probably going to get my extractor here soon. Going to get that drone out of here as soon as possible. I don't want to lose him if I can help it, but didn't get as much harassing done as I wanted to. He did a pretty good job of stopping me, but I did get an SCV there, so get the minerals up just a little bit so I can make sure to pop up those lings as fast as possible. There's the Overlord, and hopefully I have enough to get the Queen and the Zerglings out that I wanted. So, let's see where this goes. I got a couple of drones there to take out the SCV if I can, and he's probably going to get himself pinned in if he's not careful. So there's those drones picking off that SCV. There you go. So he's lost 2 SCVs. I haven't lost any. Great for me. So I've got the rally point set up. There's the Queen. The Zerglings are popping out here soon. He did get that barrack started, and I didn't get a lot of harassing on him, so he's going to get that out as soon as those lings get there. But I'll send them in anyway. We'll see what we can do. So Extractor's a little late. When you rush with the Zerglings, you can't do as much as you'd hope to, so there go those drones. Getting up there, and as you can see, he just lifts that off just in time. So I'm going to go and do some harassing if I can, get done what I can against some of his units. He's going to get some repairing. And here comes a drone that I was sending in to kind of harass with, but I'm going to send him back. Might get the supply depot if I'm lucky. There is a Marauder, and I'm not going to sit there and fight around with it forever as much as I would like to. You can probably repair it faster than my lings are going to do any damage. So I'm thinking, alright, need to get some Banelings. Banelings work real well, especially when he's got his tech lab, his barracks, and his supply depots all in that same little spot there. So continue to pump out units while I have the chance, and there, as you can see, I'm getting a couple more. And I move those Zerglings down to the right, just so that I can keep them out of his sight. Even if he sends something to scout, he won't see those lings down there, as I'm converting them into Banelings. So, got plenty of gas, not enough minerals, but that'll change here shortly. There's a couple more lings. I figured maybe I'll get some more to get a little more harassing in there, especially if I'm able to bust open. Maybe I could blow a couple of things up there. You'll see the Banelings are done, or the Baneling nest is done. I'm going to start getting the Banelings. It's best to have the amount of minerals you need and not do what I did, which is to slowly morph as many Banelings as I can, one at a time. But do have a couple of lings here. They're getting into his base. So I've got enough Banelings there to make a sizable hit on his units, and I'm going to move the Banelings that I have up, and need a couple more as well, and I got a couple of lings and a couple of Banelings, so we'll see what happens. Get the injection in there, which is nice, and my second extractor, so I figure I might have to rush air. Getting the last couple of Banelings here. It might have been better to go in early, but I'm not particularly worried about him, coming in and killing everything before I can even blow it up. So there we go, blowing up his supply depots, and I'm going to get both of those. And there go the lings in. I'm going to send the other ling back. Maybe grab that other Baneling, see if I can get any more harassing in there, especially if he goes ahead and tries building. So there we go. He's going to get that, and I do get the Baneling to blow up, but it's not doing a whole lot. So he's got a couple of Marauders now. If you can see, I did manage to get that scout out there. So I've got Zerglings in the top left and bottom right, on this unlock watchtower. I made a couple of spine crawlers there to stop him if he ends up coming after me. I need to move my overlords back to the base, because if he comes to me with even one marine, I can't really defend against it right now. So a couple of spine crawlers, got a couple of lings just as defensive units. I'm probably going to go in and scout, but we'll have to see here. Yep, there we go. Normal move for me, send all the Zerglings I can, and then just click one off and click the rest back. It's fast that way. So there goes that Zergling, and I'm just actually checking to see where he's at. He's still in his base, so I'm not particularly worried. I know what units he's going to have there. So a couple of Banelings again. See if I can blow him up, get a little more harassing. It works really well to just bug the crap out of your opponent that way. So a couple of spine crawlers there. And there goes those units. And so we'll get these Banelings. I'm going to send the Zergling in first. Hopefully he gets blown up and then I can get explosions on him. And I am going to get at least one of those, I'm guessing. So that's a score for me. However, quite a few units for him there. That is almost finished. I'm going to want to get Mutalisks because I saw there were so many Marauders there. So you can see a few roaches coming out. I haven't gotten a creep tumor to move those units up. It would have been nicer to have those spine crawlers a little further away from the base. Over by that other area where I could block off with a couple of roaches, and he couldn't hit the spine crawlers until all the roaches were gone. But with all the marauders, those roaches are not going to do fantastic. So I'm going to end up seeing him real soon here. You can see there goes that Ling down, and he's probably going to be coming across here pretty quick. So moving those spine crawlers up while I have a chance. There goes the Spire, and I notice he's still in the base, so I'm in a pretty good position to get decent amount of units up here. I got a couple other spine crawlers coming in as well. So there is the scan, so he knows I don't have the expansion yet, but he doesn't see all my spine crawlers or my roaches, which is kind of a nice thing for me. He's not going to pre-prepare for it. So alright, I'm going to have to move up here soon, hopefully. So I know I got plenty of gas, but I'm going to need to make sure I have enough minerals, so that's kind of what I'm checking on here. And I'm rooting these spine crawlers down the best that I can think to do, get them in a good position so that they're in a pretty straight line, and they get those roaches just in back or in front of them. We'll have to see what I end up doing. So got one Ling going to scout, and he'll be right outside my base probably by now. Nope, not yet, but he's getting closer. Maybe. Getting that second queen because I figure maybe I'll get some additional injections and I can save the other ones. I did see the medevacs and I'm thinking, that's not really pretty. I don't have anything to kill them yet, but I do have one Baneling. Yay, one Baneling. And that Spire is almost finished, so I'm going to need to make sure that I can get some other stuff going on here soon. There goes the creep tumor. And that's going to let me spread that creep around a bit. Alright, so here he comes at me, and I got these roaches here. He's got quite a few units, but not really enough to kill absolutely everything right away. So I'm going to move the queens up while I have a chance. He's taken out most of those. If I had the queens there, I might have gotten an injection or two, which would have saved me some time. But I am thinking, this is not good. So I want to take out what I can while I have a chance. Got those queens in there. I'm going to take out all the marines that I can because I know that I've got those Mutalisks on the way. And now I'm going to block or use those queens to do as much as I can. So I've got a couple of roaches. Here we go, and a couple more Mutalisks coming in. I'm going to grab all the Mutalisks I have, and I'm going to end up sending them right at that Marine, as you can see here. There goes that Marine. Now the rest of it's just pick everything off. So he is going to get that Roach Warren. I've got the drones in the back there that are not doing particularly well, but those Mutalisks are going to pick off the Marauders he has, and I do have more Mutalisks on the way. So it's going to give me the advantage that he needs to pump out a lot of Marines real quick, or he needs to get his units back. So I have defended that off, and I get 6 Mutalisks. Or 7. Got another queen pumping out because he killed both of those off. And I'm using almost all my minerals, which is always a good thing to have. So I've got an additional Mutalisk there, and I got some Zerglings coming in. So going all hotkey crazy. I'm going to try to take out the Marines that he has and his supply depots. And as you can see there, I attacked his Marines to take those out as quickly as I could. Now I'm going to take out the medevac because I don't want that healing anything. And then I'm going to take out the units that can kill those